Blasio has heard the calls for police reform, and he is making changes, altering his budget to take money from the NYPD to send it elsewhere. CBS 2's Aundrea Cline-Thomas has reaction.
For nearly 2 weeks, protesters have been demanding police reform. The pressure has turned into a plan from Mayor de Blasio, one short of details to cut the NYPD's budget.
Seems like we're at war with NYPD, and that's not the case. We're at war with a system that's been oppressing people for years.
This is just one little step in terms of keeping our community safe and giving our community what it needs to survive.
The mayor is proposing shifting funding from the NYPD to youth and social services, moving the enforcement of street vending out of the NYPD, and hiring community ambassadors to be a liaison between the police and New Yorkers.
A lot of things end up at the doorstep of the police department that they shouldn't be engaged in. You know, mental health specifically, right? Shouldn't that money go into programming on the ground in a lot of communities that are underserved in these specific areas?
Donovan Richards chairs City Council's Public Safety Committee and says there's room to cut.
And it's nearly $1 billion in overtime that the NYPD has spent.
Here in Crown Heights, residents tell me that making sure that people have access to resources would make them feel safer, especially after COVID has devastated so many communities.
If we were to change that, we would have more social workers, more teachers, more people who are here to solve the problems, not incarcerate people.
But community activist Tony Herbert says you can't forget the recent increase in crime.
You have officers and what have you, who are being put in a position, go deal with protesters, but we just had somebody shot. So, I mean, it's quite concerning.
The goal is to do both, get to the root of the problem and address crime as it happens. Aundrea Cline-Thomas, CBS 2 News.